What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to an article that was suggested in the comments section of the video we recently did about the UK heat wave. And a lot of people in the comments were expressing just how much hotter it feels in the UK compared to basically everywhere else. And I do believe there are a couple of reasons why that is definitely true. Number one, you guys, generally speaking, don't have air conditioning in your houses, which honestly, I knew that probably most people in the UK didn't have air conditioning, but we actually looked the statistics up and it turns out like 3 to 5%, which blew our minds.
Yeah, I was expecting like, oh, maybe like
50%.
No, I was thinking like maybe 30%.
Right.
3%?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I will say a lot of that, based off comments, it sounds like you guys do obviously get very hot, but it's at limited amounts of time. So you go through a heat wave for maybe a week or two and then it cools back down, and then maybe a few weeks later you might go through another heat wave, which obviously during those moments
Are miserable,
I'm sure, because we also learned that you guys in the UK, because of the materials your houses are made of, tend to retain heat compared to the houses we have here.
right?
But anyways, guys, I thought this would be really interesting. The thumbnail image here alone, definitely grasped my attention.
Yeah.
These are two Americans, and 90 feels like 120 here. US expats react to unbearable heat wave that makes UK feel like a sauna. If it was 95 degrees here and 80% humidity, and it's 95 degrees in the UK and 80% humidity, would it literally still feel hotter than it does here? And what would be the cause of that?
Yeah.
That is something I'm very curious about. As temperatures of up to 31 Celsius swept the country, visitors to the UK react to the blistering heat. What is 31 Celsius?
Around 90,
I believe it is.
A little higher than 90, I think.
Let's see. All right, guys, so that's 87.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
So cooler than I thought.
Yeah, but if the temperature does always feel warmer than 88 degrees would feel to us, then obviously that might feel very hot.
Yeah.
One user posted a video discussing the topic on TikTok with the caption, "First summer in the UK and I am melting." The user tells her followers, "I owe British people a sincere apology." Originally from Miami, Florida, she explains that she has lived in South America and moved to the UK from Washington, D.C. area, referring to the British heat wave in 2022 when temperatures reached 40 degrees Celsius. Now, that to me, I think is hot. Let's see, that would be 104. Yeah.
Ew.
Okay. Yeah, that's getting on up there. In some areas, she said she was so sorry for trivializing the heat. I will say this. I've lived down in Florida, and I've lived in a number of different areas in the U.S., and I can absolutely say nothing has beat the heat of southern Indiana. And I believe it is the corn sweat. That corn sweat completely changes. I'm from North Carolina. I've lived in Florida. I've also been up and stayed in New Hampshire for quite a time. I've been in Alabama, a few other places. And so I've lived up and down the East Coast and into the Midwest a little bit. And I can say that nowhere I've lived has been as hot during the summer or as cold during the winter as southern Indiana. It is such a contrast.
In reference to the heat thing, though, and the humidity, don't you think Bangkok was worse than here?
Bangkok's humidity it was bad.
I mean, it was like a wall of just.
Yeah, it was. But I don't know. I think southern Indiana, man, the way it feels, I don't know. It's very close. It's very close to Bangkok. That's how I would say it's very close to in the summer. Yeah, in the winter is the exact opposite. The TikToker described how her house in the UK has become a sauna, even though it has an AC unit. She has an AC unit. Okay. She questioned why British people aren't installing AC units. "I'm sorry. I'm eating my words, and now I'm sweating my tits off." Okay. Looks like there's a video here. I want to hear this.
So this is my first summer, almost summer, since I moved to the UK. And I owe British people a very sincere apology, and I will explain why. I'm going to preface this by letting everybody know that I am originally from Miami, Florida. I've also lived in South America, and I moved to the UK from the DC area. None of those places are not hot as balls in the summer, right? So then 2 or 3 years ago, the UK had a heat wave, and there was news about everybody passing out from the heat and this and that, and I'm really thinking like, oh, I'm so silly. It's like 80 degrees. Why are they passing out? So weak. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So I knew I was in trouble when it was 70 degrees outside a couple weeks ago, and my house, which is a new build here in the UK,
wow,
and really high energy rating, became a sauna. A sauna. In like March.
In March?
March?
It is, it's in the 80s right now, and I am just not wanting to go in my house right now. Because even though we've bought an AC unit, and we have, like, the entirety of all the fans in the country, I'm sure, it is still hot. Like, really hot. And tomorrow is going to be in the 90s, and I might cry. I'm so sorry, guys. I owe you an apology. Because this country wasn't meant for the heat. This is hot. On that note, why aren't you guys adding AC units now? Because climate change and all. Like, it's getting hot. Please. Please. I'm so sorry. For real, though. I'm eating my words, and now I'm sweating my tits off with all of you. Goodbye.
Wow. Well, I would like to say I am not underestimating you guys and what you say about your heat. I absolutely believe it.
No, at first I didn't understand, like, why, because 80 degrees to me is, at least from our experience, not super hot, or the 70s or whatever.
I still don't like 80. 80 is still too warm. I don't like
80, but to me, we don't see people out here, like, passing out on the streets at 80 degrees.
Right.
So, and I'm sure that's a little overblown. I'm sure, you know, you guys are pretty tough, and you're not, like, passing out every other block. But, you know, it does happen. So it did confuse me at first until we started looking into the reasons why.
Well, even now, I'm still not understanding the mechanism behind it, right? Like, because, like, if we have the exact same temperature, exact same humidity, what is it outside of the house? Like, if they're outside and we're outside and we're both standing in the sunshine in the exact same temperature, exact same humidity, is it really
maybe
that much
it's
hotter?
The position of the sun in comparison, like the lattice.
That's the only thing I can imagine, because if we have the same temperature and humidity, there has to be another factor that would be causing it to actually have higher temperatures, and it can only be something about the sun. And so, guys, that is what I'm really trying to grasp here. I am not underestimating the fact that you guys are telling the truth, that it is hotter there, or it feels hotter there with the same temperature, but I can't understand the mechanism behind it, and it's just hard to fathom because, like, you know, it just, on the surface, it seems like a temperature and a humidity would be a temperature and a humidity.
Right, wherever you are.
But it doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah.
Another TikTok user posted a video captioned American versus UK heat, opening with a shot of his face sandwiched between two frozen ice bags inside a store. I am never doubting a Brit again when they tell me that the UK sun hits different. I feel like I'm in a sauna. It's what it feels like to be a shirt getting ironed. He joked he felt like he had accidentally crawled into Satan's asshole.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, okay, let's check this one out.
That would be me, like, just buried in ice.
Yes, that would be me too. I love the music.
I am never doubting a Brit.
Whoops.
Okay, sun hits different. I feel like I'm in a sauna. This is what it feels like to be a shirt getting ironed. I feel like I took a wrong turn and accidentally crawled into Satan's asshole. And he had hot wings for dinner last night. It's at least 10 times hotter than the temperature my girlfriend leaves the shower on. You see that cold fountain right there?
This is mind-blowing to me. It really is. But I believe it, you know. I wonder where he's from originally. The other girl was from Miami, but she's lived in South America.
It doesn't matter.
No, apparently it doesn't. Temperatures could hit 32 Celsius later this afternoon. So somewhere in the that's probably low 90s. And it is predicted to be hotter tomorrow in some parts of England. The previous hottest day of the year was last Friday when the mercury hit 29.4. It comes as the UK Health Secretary Agency issued an amber heat alert warning of an increased danger of death. A yellow heat alert was already in place across England, but this morning the UK HSA upgraded its warning. It warned of a rise in deaths, particularly among those aged 65 and over or with health conditions, and there may also be impacts on younger age groups. Head of Extreme Events and Health Protection, UK-USA said, our findings show that heat can result in serious health outcomes across the population, especially for older adults or those with pre-existing health conditions. It is therefore important to check on friends, family, and neighbors who are more vulnerable and to take sensible precautions while enjoying the sun. The forecasted high temperature may also lead to an increase in demand for remote healthcare service and impact on the ability of services delivered due to heat effects on the workforce. Obviously, this heat has already left you guys.
Yeah.
This was a previous heat wave. Heat wave is recorded when areas reach a certain temperature for 3 consecutive days, with thresholds varying from 25 Celsius to 28 Celsius, depending on where you are in the UK. Wait, 25 Celsius?
So low 80s, maybe?
So 77 degrees is 25 Celsius.
Okay.
So is that when a heat wave starts?
Wow.
Wow. Okay, guys, this is mind-blowing to me because here 77 is just like a nice spring day.
Yeah, I would feel pretty, I mean, depending on humidity.
Right.
I would feel pretty comfortable.
And so I am still blown away by this, guys. I really want to know more about what is causing this difference that we're feeling.
I feel like a few people in the comments made a good point that when you have, like, at least like it is here, yeah, good idea, where it's like 5+ months of pretty much the same temperatures, you get used to it more.
That's true.
Versus
yeah, I saw that.
It's cool, like cooler and not as sweltering most of the time, and then all of a sudden you have this week of intense heat.
Yeah.
It feels much worse than.
Yeah, I mean, there might be something to that. Like, I mean, you guys get heat waves, but they last a few days, a week or whatever, and then it cools back down. So, and then it might be a few weeks later or whatever, you get another heat wave. So you never get the ability to actually get used to it. And so all of a sudden you're at this nice, comfortable temperature, or relatively speaking, and then all of a sudden you get hit with this monster heat wave, and it's like, oh my good, almost knocks you back.
Right.
And then right when you're getting used to it, it goes away again. I don't know if I would, which one I prefer to have. I think I prefer that, honestly. I mean, over like, we have constant heat. Like,
With no break.
With no break.
Yeah.
But we are lucky to have air conditioning. You know, I will say that, like, without air conditioning, it would be absolutely miserable. Months on end of literally just 90+ degree temperatures usually. I mean, we do get into the 80s here and there. I think today I think it's like low 90s. But
again, the humidity just makes it.
Yeah. Corn sweat.
Disgusting.
Corn sweat is horrible. Guys, if you know what is really the difference, obviously outside of the housing and the air conditioning differences, also, you guys might be more humid on average, possibly than a lot of areas in the U.S., but let's say we have the same temperature and say humidity. What else is it? It's got to be something about the position of the sun. It has to be. I can't imagine anything else unless it has something to do with wind, but you would think on an island, even a large island,
cool it off more,
that would be a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there is something to be said that the jet stream warms the area over there compared to where the temperature it would normally be, like in the water and whatnot. Maybe the jet stream has something to do with it.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Possibly.
I find this interesting.
What is the thing right above this? The graphic right there.
That's just
a video.
Yeah, it's just a Met.
A weather report.
Weather report thing. Anyways, guys, let us know what you think. This is something that we can only kind of listen to what you guys say and be like, okay, we gotta believe that 90 degrees feels different there than it does here. But it's one of those things that I don't think we can fully grasp and understand until we actually experience it for ourselves.
Maybe we won't visit in the summer.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think probably. When do you think the best time to visit is, guys? Spring, fall, summer? Probably not summer, I'm guessing. They would say, most people. But
I'm one of those weird people who prefer winter over summer.
I think I prefer winter over summer.
At least in our climate, because
Yeah.
summer's just disgusting.
But the winter, it gets brutal, guys. I mean, last year we had wind chill that got us down into like the negative 30s or 40s Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And you're talking about you go outside in those temperatures without having your face protected and whatnot. Literally, you get frostbite in a matter of like 5 minutes or maybe less. I don't know. We have the extremes here, but it sounds like you guys have the extremes in a way where something about the way the temperature feels. And I'd love to know more about this, guys. I find this topic interesting. I am one of those people that finds weather interesting.
Yeah, you're a weather guy.
I am a weather guy in terms of, I don't know. It's just interesting to me.
And I'm the kind of person who doesn't look at the weather, and I just go outside, and it is what it is.
Yeah, like first thing I do every day is I see what the temperature is and what the day looks like.
Yeah.
And currently I am going for early afternoon walks a lot. I'm trying to really get myself conditioned to the heat more and more, because for a while I didn't, and it's winter and everything, but I'm ready to get myself conditioned. I used to love the heat. The hotter the better. Now I'm at a place where I don't, but I want to get back to that place where I find it I find it to feel good to sweat.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's good for you to sweat.
Yeah,
and I, working out is good, but just the heat, I don't.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I don't really love the heat either. But my thing is, I can deal with, like, I don't know what you guys think in the UK. If you had your choice during a heat wave, if you had one or two choices, you either can take and have the temperature lowered inside by like 20 degrees during the day, or would you rather lower the temperature at night to a really cool place but have it really hot inside during the day?
I would pick the night.
I would personally pick the night. I find it so much better to be able to sleep when it's cool than and I can deal with the heat during the day. I hate it when it's hot at night. But guys, we're rambling. Please let us know in the comments what you think about this topic. Like, what is it that makes the temperature in the UK literally feel 120 degrees when it's actually 90?
Does it boil down to the position of the sun and how close you are to it, or what? Cause it ain't adding up for me.
Yeah, I can't comprehend it, but I do believe you.
I do too.
It's just one of those things that we won't be able to fully comprehend, I guess, until someone fully explains this to us, and obviously also when we come over and we experience it for the first time. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others, and don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey. Until next time, guys, peace.
Bye.